Minnesota, what's up? This is JC Campos in round one. What's going on, everybody out there? Let me tell you right now, it's been a crazy week. I know last week I wasn't here. I was really busy. You know what I mean? And I took a little short break. But, right now we're here connected. And I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a fantastic show. I have somebody amazing. As you know that I always have great and amazing people in the show. You know what I mean? And tonight I have a freaking legend with me. Somebody from Chicago, you know what I mean? Who live now in Minneapolis, who's been doing a lot of crazy stuff. And you have to freaking get connected right now to Latin Evolution Radio. You have to download the app. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, you have to download the app right now. If you don't have it, I know a lot of people is doing it right now. It's calling me right now, crazy, to asking me about the radio. And let me tell you too, right now, we're so connected with so many people right now. I want to thank everybody who's getting connected, everybody who's been calling us, texting us, sending us messages. It's been crazy and nuts every single weekend, the connection that we have with everybody in town. I know people calling from Wisconsin. I know people speak calling from Miami. This is crazy. Así que, estoy pasando la increíble acá en Latin Evolution Radio. No te puedes perder este show, ni todos los shows que tenemos acá en Latin Evolution Radio. No te vas a hacer. This is tu host, JC Campos. Estamos conectados aquí en round one. So right now, I have a freaking legend with me, an amazing guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me Kris Johnson, Chakademi. What's going on, brother?
What it do? Hey, thanks for having me on the show, man. Thank you.
I appreciate that for coming, man. I know. I've been. We've been talking for so long, and I know you're pretty busy, more and crazy with schedules, and the work that you do, and all these new things that are coming in your way. It's such a blessing, bro, to have you here, man. I'm telling you.
Thank you again.
It's a great opportunity, man. I know it's getting. You're coming at a good time when it's a little bit hot.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I love that. We have a really good time in here. And I want to have a good time with you, too, to share your story. And like I tell everybody, man, this is going to go deep, to understand the concept of filming, the concept of everything that you're doing, all the your path, your experiences.
Absolutely,
something that a lot of people need to understand what's going on out there, and how can you succeed in an environment like as a filmmaker.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, so you know what, Kris? I know, I know you have a crazy experience, I know you are from Chicago. Is that right?
I'm from Chicago, man. I was born in Chicago, but I was brought up in Minneapolis.
Okay.
So, it was kind of like back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So, I did some schooling here and then moved to Minneapolis, some schooling there, so.
What part of Chicago are you from, really?
South Side.
South
Chicago.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Stony Island, anyone from Chicago, one of the major parts would be Stony Island, 79th Street, the Dan Ryan.
Nice,
just common areas like that. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Exactly,
so you decide to come over here with your parents because you were young pretty much, stuff like that? How was the experience with that?
It wasn't really my decision. When you're growing up, when a parent decides to, move around, for financial reasons, to like make a better living, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people went to Minneapolis growing up, you know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of experience here in Minneapolis. I don't have one hometown over the other. I was born in Chicago. However, Minneapolis and the Twin Cities is definitely where I'm from as well. And some of the best things that's happened in my life has took place right here in this city. So in this state. So
and how many brothers and sisters you?
Oh man, I'm the oldest of 12 of us. Sometimes I got to recount.
Oh my gosh, but that was a big family. a lot of commotion in the house. Right?
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
No, I'm the oldest of 12 kids, man. My mom got some, my dad got some, but I love them all. Half brother, half sister. It doesn't matter. Ain't no half. We're all the way or nothing, so.
Man, but the nice part of you, man, when I decide to bring you into the show, man, it's like, the experience that you have. You're being a producer, public speaker, camera operator, filmmaker. I know I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to go crazy, talk about the filmmaking. You've been in marketing, sound effects, you're a father too.
Facts.
You're a single dad too. That's kind of cool too. But at the same time, the amazing things and the experiences that you have, man. I want to touch base with all the stuff. But let's go back a little bit, because like I told you before, I like to go deep in this round one in the show. I like to go really deep to understand, the path that you went through.
Facts.
And come out to the light. Because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Is that right?
That's right.
Amen. So,
that's right.
Let's go back. So, I know you came from Chicago. You moved over here with your parents and stuff like that. So, what happened? I know you were a troubled kid. How was it?
Trouble? No, but I'll tell you this. I had to grow up I wouldn't say fast, but I had to be the oldest one coming, being the oldest of 12 kids. I when they went to make the money, I was in the house having to look out for them, take them outside, doing some hair, cooking some hot dogs, grilled cheese, whatever you knew how to make at that age, So I honestly lost some of my childhood time because I didn't have the time to go outside to do other things like boys and girls clubs and such as much because I had to be responsible in the house. So I don't take none of it for granted. It made me mature.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It gave me some responsibilities, and who knows, coming up in Chicago, I'm glad that I didn't have to be all out. I had some dangerous stuff happen to me a couple of times that could have possibly ended my life. I've had guns pulled to my head. I've had knives pulled out on me. Coming from the streets, man. So
and then you decide. I know you went. So what happened with the schooling? So because I know you went to the filmmaking after that, after doing all these documentaries and stuff like that. So let's go back to the schooling. So you went to school to learn this stuff. How really happened?
I went to alternative school here in Minneapolis. Okay. I needed to catch up on some credits. South Minneapolis. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Phillips neighborhood, Phillips community. Lake Street, Franklin Avenue. So I went to a school called VOA, Volunteers of America. All my cousins went there. I was living with my aunt, so that's where they went. That's where I went. Okay. So the homie, he had a camera one day, and he was like, I was like, hey, what are you doing with that? I wasn't really necessarily trying to be into a documentary film, a TV producer at the time, but I just wanted to know, how can I get my hands on a camera? I want to shoot something with it. He told me, come to this after school program and tell me why you want to be there, and you might can be a participant, where we make like local television, here in the Twin Cities that was youth based. Gives young people the opportunity to create, share their vision or their voice, to be able to operate a microphone, to set up lights, to know like basic video editing and public speaking type of stuff, questionnaires and stuff like that. So I grew up in that.
That's cool, man. But at the same time, so you're one of the guys who believe in the after school programs in the school, because I know they have a lot of issues as far as like, I know they lost a lot of money too, because the money comes too, and I know equipment and batch and stuff like that. Is that right about that? Yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, at the time I was actually working on some films and stuff related to something like that, man. But yeah, definitely after school programs are healthy for kids, man. It's like it's less now than what it used to be. There was a lot more budget, a lot more funding for after school stuff. Schools, period. Like now they're sharing buildings. You know what I'm saying? It used to be, it would be a whole elementary school, but now those schools have like shrink. The funding is low. Ain't no new books or technology for some communities. You know what I'm saying? I see some rural or some suburban areas seem like they got all the latest technology, exactly. But you know what I'm saying?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So,
so you do believe those programs? You believe that the programs are really important, especially for any kind of community, that need that,
absolutely,
for the kids who they need.
United 211 United Way. We need programs like that. We need nonprofit, profit youth organizations for kids to give them something fundamental to do, or just a place where they can be heard. To have big brothers and big sisters and role models. Absolutely. I am, I came from that. And if I didn't
You're a product of that.
I am a product of that.
And the nice part, Kris, it's like, the things that you did after that, the beginning of your story, when you go to the after program, you learn all this stuff, 14, 15, 16 years old.
Yep.
And learn the experience and how this stuff took you to where you are right now, as far as like the filmmaking and stuff like that. So I know you went to this, you started your program, you were 16, 17 when you would do the first one?
15, 16, yeah. My first documentary film, I was doing local TV for a while, and then it was that big project where, if you were talking about like that break.
And I know it was in 2005. I did my research, I did my research too. So you went to the Battleground, Minnesota. Yes, is that right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about Battleground, Minnesota, guys. This is amazing. Let me tell you one thing. You have to listen, share this video. You share everything that we're going to talk to you, because it's amazing how Kris went to the process. And she's going to talk a little bit more about the Battleground, Minnesota. So talk to me about Battleground, Minnesota, and how everything started. And how was a big boom for you and your career that you decided to take.
Got you. Okay, so Battleground, Minnesota is basically a hip hop documentary. Which is a nonpartisan documentary getting young people involved with the political process, per se. So just kind of being aware of its existence, why it's important for young people to be involved, how it impacts your community on a local level or state level or, nation level, worldwide level. So Gabe Chaffetz, the one that produced it, he came to say, hey, Kris, or Shakeademic, we want to do a big project here with Phillips Community Television, and we want you to host it. So local politicians at the time, Norm Coleman, Mark Dayton, which was the senators at the time, were in this film. Former Vice President of the United States, Walter Mondale, rest in peace, Walter Mondale. He just passed away probably a little over a year ago. And this was just to get young people involved with politics, you know. And here's me, Shakademic, that's growing up in the streets of Minneapolis, you know what I'm saying? And my passion was for music and filmmaking and public speaking. And that's the first film that reached numbers. That's the first film to like get attention. But this
film went crazy. Because I was doing stuff. You went completely out. You went completely out of the States and everything. That's what really when Elder Boom came out for you too, and the benefits of the video that you create here in Minneapolis. Is that right?
Absolutely. It was like it was a TPT Almanac, man. We did a couple segments on there. It was just Channel 2 at the time, the Almanac channel, 16 to 17. Carrie 11 segment at the time. Minneapolis Public Radio, National Public Radio flew in to do some interviews and stuff like that. Man, we were doing questionnaires with high schools. High school kids were coming to the Best Buy network, Best Buy headquarters. I mean, that's in Hopkins.
Hopkins,
yeah. We had a couple of events there, man. You know, film festivals and stuff like that. So, yeah, we did it big with that one, man. We did it big with Battleground, Minnesota. Yes.
So yeah, so I understand that one, you know what I mean, like went national too. Is that right? You guys like reach a lot of people as far as national.
Went national, man, and then the biggest thing that happened for that was when it aired on Current TV, which is a network based out of San Francisco, California, that was founded by Al Gore. Mos Def had his hands in it, the hip hop influencer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had his hands on it, and it allowed for filmmakers like myself, like more like local, to have like an independent voice, because Current TV was an independent network. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So like people like me were able. So I was one of the first 16 films on there to have their documentary aired on the network.
Nice.
Yep. So after that, man, that was international. You know, Battleground Minnesota was doing numbers, a lot of performances. There was like a hip hop soundtrack made to it that was popular at the time. So yeah, Battleground Minnesota.
You were doing this because I know you do music too.
Facts.
You rap too. You know, you do the filming too.
Yeah.
So this Battleground Minnesota went crazy and everything. That's when you really put your steps. You put your foot out.
That's when I was able to see, like, wow, this is something that I believe in, that I want to do, that I will do for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's when you really discover your passion, pretty much.
Absolutely.
Right? That passion and that seed that you said, you know what, I really love what I believe.
Absolutely.
What I believe in.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And everything is started really from you know what I mean, an after school program.
It did.
Is that right?
That is facts.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy how that little project will help you to do where you are right now in a different perspective. Is that right?
That is actually facts. And looking back at it, it's like, wow, it was one door open. It was a nonprofit organization that opened the door for young people, and then those kids got stuff they want to say. They have talent, they have skills, they want to find themselves, and that place did that for me.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing. You know what I mean? It's such a blessing to have programs like that. You know, especially, you know, I know they need funding. I know they need a lot of help and stuff, a lot of volunteers. And I know, like, I support United Way 100% too. I'm one of the biggest supporters of United Way for years. When I work in different companies, I remember, you know, giving some money for that too. And I've been in different, you know, the ceremonies, different sessions when they invite us, you know what I mean, for my company. I was part of that too. And I was really pleased to be there and see people helping, you know, the needs in the community and stuff like that. Sometimes we don't see that because we're so focused on other things that we don't see the needs that we do have in our towns without leaving United States. You know, we do have some needs here too.
Absolutely.
But the nice part of this too, you know, guys, don't forget to download the app. This is Latin Evolution Radio, and you need to be connected today with us. Share the app right now. You know, share the video, check everything that we do here. Don't forget that you're looking for a house. You know, we have the house, the perfect house for you. Delgado Team Realty at 612-578-9762. Kris, if you're looking for a house, start paying for an apartment, you need to call the Delgado Team Realty. Let me tell you, those guys are amazing. They're ready to give you a loan. They look for the house, the perfect house for you, for the special needs that you have.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they're ready for you right away. I'm telling you, you need to call Ivano Isaias, and they can definitely hook you up too.
Right on.
You know, and I want to achieve a shout out to my friends in Val Drywall. They're really good friends of mine. I told them that I was going to give a shout out today. Okay. Val Drywall, my friend Carmelo, you know what I mean, Casey, you know, Valeria, you know, and the boys out there too. I want to say hi to you guys. Thank you for watching to the show. Thank you for communicating with us. Thank you for, you know, continued supporting Latin Evolution Radio and Round One, guys. So, look, you know, guys, tonight I have Kris Johnson here right now. Woo! telling us the whole thing about the filming industry, and we're gonna go really, really deep with you guys. I'm telling you, this guy is a freaking legend here in Minneapolis, and I'm really proud to have this guy here with me in Latin Evolution Radio. So, like I was telling you before, we went to the you went to the Minnesota, Battleground, Minnesota.
Yes.
And then after that, I know, you get connected with this company from Los Angeles. Is that right?
Yep. Current TV based off Los Angeles. We kept a relationship. It wasn't the only film we did. We kept a relationship, did a couple of other films, man. At this point, I'm on the ball. Battleground, Minnesota was just like, okay, entryway.
But I know something that nobody knows, man. You went in the red carpet. You record the Grammys, the Emmys.
Emmys. Yep.
You were the Emmys. Tell me who did you saw there? Because I saw a small video where you were like interviewing some big guys, man.
A couple names off the top. Anthony Michael Hall, a legend in this here from the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? They're probably older than things that before my time. Michael Ealy.
Nice.
People know who Michael Ealy is.
Yes.
He played a couple roles. He role I know was a barbershop where he played one of the barbers who had a pistol in his locker. Yeah. Most people know him for that. He did a couple of other things lately. Let's see here. The girls from Deal or No Deal at the time, producers that were popping at that time was the producers of 24. What else?
Big show back in the days.
Big show back in the day. Yeah. Yep, facts. So yeah, man, I had to I had like a 20-minute segment, on the red carpet. So Current TV hit me up one day. I'm on the bus rolling a joint.
So you were here in Minneapolis.
I was here in Minneapolis. I was on my way to Northtown Mall.
Okay.
And I'm on the bus. My phone rang at the time. It was a big old phone too. It weren't no smartphone, none of that. Boy, it was like green, and it was awesome that the phone was green. That was an extravagant thing back then. If you had a colorful phone, it's like,
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Dude hit me up. His name was Raleigh Varveda. He was a producer at the time. He say, "Hey, Shake the Demic. Yeah, man. Saw your Battleground on the network, and I want to know if you want to come out here and host the Emmys on behalf of our network, Current TV."
Oh man, you probably pee your pants.
Boy, I thought I was the man. Let me tell you, I was finished rolling my joint. I went outside and hit it. I thought I was Snoop Dogg. I almost thought I could smoke in the mall for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was super excited about that call, man. They flew me out there eventually, and what was crazy, dude, my 21st birthday was the day after the Emmy show.
Oh my
so
gosh,
I spent my 21st birthday weekend.
What is the feeling to be there? To be with all these celebrities and all these people, because you were part of the clan. You were part inside there when everybody was outside looking and you were inside. What was the feeling to be there? Because this is kind of crazy.
Productive.
Really?
I couldn't say it was not like starstruck, because I felt like I was what they were. I felt like I was an existence in that room. That was,
I think you really could say like the song "All Eyes on You."
All eyes on me. All eyes on me for the network I was there for.
Exactly,
Because I was hosting it. For that, I felt like I was living that life that I want. I love public speaking. I love talking to large groups. That was my background.
Yes.
So to have that type of audience attention at the time to be on the red carpet was, man, they put me in a tuxedo, boy. I was clean. Let me tell you that. They suited me up. They paid me. They fed me.
And you live like a lawyer here too, yeah?
Oh yeah! Shout out to my son's mother, Sydney. She braided me up, boy. I was looking icy on that red carpet. Let me tell you, yep.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So after that, you decided to come back to Minneapolis. You know what I mean? And then I know you have other projects that I want to talk about. So after that, I know in 2006 you have No Child Project. Talk to me about the No Child Project too. A small documentary who you really put your time on it. Talk to me about that child documentary.
So, we want to keep the momentum going. We're documentary filmmakers now.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So No Child started from...
this is way before Netflix and all this crap.
Netflix actually just was becoming a thing. And Battleground, Minnesota, before we go on, was actually a film on Netflix at the time when Battleground, Minnesota was bussing. It was available to watch, and it was funded by Netflix. Netflix was a sponsor for Battleground, Minnesota.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
So now moving forward to No Child Left Behind, I had gotten a second apartment out in New Hope or something like that, and I had just graduated from high school, man. I did that film and was just graduating. I got a recruitment letter from the Army, the National Reserves. Mm-hmm. All right, so I tell my producer friend about it because we tight. I'm like, I got this letter, man. I ain't joining. And he was like, well, that's kind of deep, man. We should turn this into something where you go out and explore this and see, why does this happen? Why are you getting this letter? You know what I'm saying? Because I weren't joining. Much respect to everyone that do. but it just wasn't for me, you know, and
Exactly,
that's
yeah,
just
of
my
course.
opinion.
It's
And
not for everybody.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm cool. I'd rather do, you know, the things I'm really passionate about and hope that this makes money and I could be successful as an entertainer or a producer, musician. So we decided that, okay, I'm just going to jump into some really good info. Okay, so when we made this film, we almost got hit with a terroristic threat from making the film because we secretly video recorded one of the recruiters. Okay, so No Child Left Behind, again, to sum it up, it was a documentary about why do military recruitments come to people's homes, kids' homes, and who they target. And so basically, after you graduate high school or whatnot, you start getting letters in the mail about joining the Army, joining the National Guard, joining the Navy, or these things. So we wanted to explore that. We set up some interviews with recruiters and hid cameras in the house. Because what we wanted to do is to see if we can get one of them, if one of them would tell us something faulty or that was false. So we had another dude that we interviewed at an Army location off Lake Street at the time. It was like Lake and Lindale-ish. It was an Army office over there. We interviewed dude about if I told him that I was an entertainer, and if I join the Army or whatnot, and I somehow come up on a whole bunch of money, will I be able to get out? His answer was no, absolutely not. There's consequences for you, you know, breaking your contract with the Army. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the way I understood. Yeah, you can never, as soon as you sign, you know, you are in.
Yeah, you're obligated to that contract. If it's a 2-year
with the government.
Facts. Yep. So. Now, the lady at the house, on the other hand, you know, we're in private. She's not expecting any type of camera stuff to be going on, you know, and I'm gentle. I'm being nice. I can't say I didn't facade her a little bit because I knew what I was doing. I knew cameras was on.
You've been academic.
Man, I offered her orange juice. I was like, can I get you something to drink? Oh, yeah, you know, that's okay. She took the offer, but obviously she wouldn't drink it. If I was an Army person, I ain't drinking no damn boy drink. I'm finna go, you know.
Yeah,
so,
of course, yes.
You know, what happened, I think she got in some type of trouble with her rank, man, because I asked her, if I do music and stuff, and I like being home with my family. And if I had came up on a deal of some kind where I was offered, you know, even $500,000 or something to get out of the Army, would I be able to do it? She said, yeah, if you so happen to come up on a large amount of money and you want it out, you can get out of the Army Reserves.
Holy shit, man. That's crazy, man.
I wouldn't shit you. You're my favorite turd. If you was a booger, I'd pick you first.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So she said that, and that was a big film.
They're going to get in big trouble.
And this was just one part of it. This was just one part. Other parts of that documentary, we went into schools that were talking about recruitment, where we sat in on some after school programs where youth were getting together, talking about, you know, governments, where things they agreed with, things they didn't agree with, just, you know, a place for youth to come and speak their mind. I was participating in that, asking the kids if they got any letters in the mail like I had. This was a really important time, JC, because at the time it was like 9/11 wasn't too far from this year. You know what I'm saying? Yes. All of this stuff was fresh, man. Wars in Iraq was still going on and all of that. So, you know, that stuff carried on for some years. And No Child was a part of that because at the time they were looking for a lot of recruitment for those years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of cool that you went from like, you know, battleground Minnesota to that.
Yeah,
and going deep, you know, and search for all this stuff. That's a nice part of the documentary, you know, that you can really search and go deep to things that nobody wanna, you know, interview. You know, like a lot of like, you know, sketchy stuff.
And it's raw. You know what I mean? It's raw. Sometimes you don't know what you're doing. Like those journalists or people that carry cameras and go out to get live events. This stuff is taken live. It ain't practice.
You can freaking get killed too.
Yeah, we're not acting.
Yeah,
it was not pre-recorded. Thought about.
It's not like the fake reality TV, like people.
Facts. Yeah. Ain't no microphones clipped to us. Ain't no cut in, cut in action. None of that.
That's crazy.
You roll the cameras and you just go.
That's crazy, man. So one of the things too that I want to ask you too. So I know you went after that 2007. You went to create another film that is called The Lao Criminal. Is that right?
L.A. Yo, criminal. L.A. Yep. Lao Criminal. Lao Criminal, man, is a rap group, bro. It's an Asian community. It's some Laos people, you know, who was a group of my uncles. He was the producer. So, you know, this is people that I live with, I grew up with, I came around from, you know, from Minneapolis. And so we decided to do something on the Laotian community and their hip hop community and let them tell their story. Because
you grew up in that environment too.
I grew up with, man, these cats is like just like me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm black and Latino, you know, male, but I'm saying like we were raised.
Oh, you black and Latino? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm black and Latino. My mom's from Belize.
Is that right?
Yeah, my mom's from Belize, Central America.
Awesome.
She been here since she was about 11, 12 years old, you know.
Wow.
So, but her mother speaks Spanish. My mom doesn't speak any Spanish. And then I just got the roll off the tongue where I'll get people the impression I speak Spanish. Boy, then they start going, and I'll be like, ooh, that's too much, baby. I don't know. I was just playing.
So you decided to go with a lot because your cousin was producing this, is that right?
Yeah, my uncle was there, like music producer.
Uncle,
so I'm in the film. So for my loved ones and people I know, I was a filmmaker for everybody. If you was my homie, we was growing up, I was a filmmaker for you. If you was needed something shot, I'd shoot it. So I'm like, I got y'all's music videos, I got y'all documentary films, and then bam, that relationship with Current TV, I still had. So we put the Loud Criminal documentary on their network and was giving, the Loud homies their opportunity to speak their voice and do their thing. And it was really shocking too, man, because like if you hear their voice,
I know, sorry if I interrupt you, but I know there's a lot of controversy about the Lao and the Asian community. Like, I know a lot of filmmakers and stuff like that. I have a friend of mine who lives in Los Angeles too right now, who do the filming too. Somebody who lives in New York too, he was one of the camera guys from Spider-Man. And I always talk to these guys, and they always tell me, like, why in the filmmaking, in Hollywood and this environment, they say that the Asians don't rate.
Oh, the Asians don't rank well, basically.
Rank well, yes.
Yeah, like that to me, it's kind of like, like being an African American person, man. It's like,
but why in Hollywood in particular? Because I know they have tell me, like the guy from New York told me, you know what?
Because they don't fit their image.
Yeah, they don't rank that well.
Because they don't fit their image. I don't think that it doesn't rank well. I think that the media has control of what they want to be popular or to be trending like that.
Do you think they don't have an opportunity? Do you think they just like isolating for some reason?
No, I think it's almost like they probably just want one minority group at a time to be doing something, and it seems like the African American people gets that, but I don't necessarily believe in the images that's portrayed for us as well. But I think it's just because it's not the American image. They don't want to. Yeah, it's really hard. That's a really good question. I can just come up with a couple of things of what I think it's about, but I
hear it from so many people in the filming business, who have told me that, who have like, the Asian community have a lot of harder time to get in Hollywood, and that's what we don't have big stars. Like,
who do we know?
Who do we know? Like, tell me,
Jackie Chan.
And that's his name, and I don't know the name. Jackie Chan, I think, is the only one who came in my mind.
Jet Li. If I don't want to be politically incorrect about where they're from, but
you know what I mean?
Those only two names.
But no matter what, they're Asians. You know what I mean? So for example, if you say Latinos, we're so many. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're from from
Mexico, Puerto Rico,
you know
absolutely,
what I mean?
Colombian,
Belize,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know too, like John Leguizamo was saying, John Leguizamo too, was saying how the Latinos too now they had to fight to get that position too. Who's been for years? He's been such a huge problem because for years, you know what I mean. You see a Mexican lady, oh, she's the maid, you know what I mean, or a Mexican guy, oh no, he's a Mexican gang, you know what I mean, or you know we're all my uncle is, you know what I mean, he's in the Narcos, you know what I mean. So we try to switch that right now to guys, you know what I mean. We're not like this in the filmmaker. I know you guys are gonna make a lot of money in this crap.
Yeah.
But we're not mates. Not everybody do coke. You know what I mean? Not everybody.
No.
So you think that it's something that in Hollywood for years he's been saying that. In fact, I was watching a video, a kid's movie like a year ago, not even a year ago, like 6 months ago, when my son, one of these afternoons I was watching this video. It was a nice movie, you know what I mean, nice cartoon movie. And the first thing that I see was like, like a normal family. And they call like, hey, Juanita, come over here. Juanita was this Mexican lady cleaning, and I was like, what the heck, man? Really? We're in the 21st century.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean? Why you don't have somebody else cleaning?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
And I didn't really appreciate that. You know what I mean? I really it really pissed me off. I was really pissed about that.
I would be
and
too,
I have
brother.
to admit it. I was really pissed.
Facts.
Because, we're in the 21st century, and we still have to deal with this bullshit.
Facts, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to.
You'll be more than janitorial.
You've been working in the film business for so long.
Yeah.
And hearing my friends do the same thing, like how like the Asians have a huge problem getting in the markets because of this thing. What do you think about that?
I think that because I had this answer for you now, and it's come to me. I'm gonna go Europeans. I think Europeans. That's there's probably the main ones running the industry. right? So therefore, they get to choose. So it's like their image is portrayed as just great, perfect. Maybe not all the way perfect, but I'm saying like they get these roles of the perfection and of the ideal way to be, and then all the other cultures or the minorities, as they call it, but we're actually the majorities. We get it's still the slave roles, for example,
Yes,
the
exactly,
janitorial roles, maid, servicing the rich is our roles. That's what we do, right? We run the food chain corporations for them. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
The things that they don't want to do is what they give us, and then they paint the images for us. So then that puts in the people where they feel like that's where that's probably makes caps. So they try to keep you.
Exactly. That's how I see it. Like Johnny was saying, like, we have a cup.
Yeah.
You cannot move forward.
Yeah.
Because they cap you. They say, you know what, you're gonna be there until there. You're fine there.
Right.
But I think that the new communities and the new industry is saying, like, we're not gonna be there. We're gonna keep moving forward, moving up,
Facts.
and up and up. And
yep.
And I want to encourage everybody to like, I don't care if you're a minority, I don't care what color you skin. Like Latin Evolution, we love everybody here, but we want to make sure.
Sure.
Like, I like to talk about the right things. I like to say, what, I love everybody. I don't care if you're white, Latino, Asian, Jewish.
Okay.
I don't give a crap. If you're from America, I love everybody. That's something from my heart. But I hate when I see these things happening.
Yeah.
When people they're really intelligent, really smart, they don't have the opportunities to move forward.
Facts.
And I know in this business, in the film industry, it's really tight. The business is really tight, and if you don't kiss ass, you cannot move up.
Very much true.
and
that might be hard for me.
And if you don't kiss ass somebody, if you don't do something else, everybody know there, you will never move forward in that kind of business.
Yeah, that's true.
You will never walk the red carpet if you don't do stuff that you shouldn't supposed to do. And it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this: it's a difference between swallowing your pride and kissing ass. Now, I'll swallow my pride, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to kiss any ass now.
Bro, and after that, after you went from La Criminal here in Minneapolis, you decided to go something by yourself too that is called the Mad Dads. Talk to me about the Mad Dads.
Mad Dads,
really,
ladies
really
and gentlemen.
Cool. Something that we're experimenting in these times right now, even though you did it in 2008.
Yeah.
Like the mental health, like things that we're happy with the youth right now. Talk to me about it more detail about
so
that.
Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Mad Dad stands for Men Against Destruction, Defending Against Drugs and Social Disorder. So that's where they got MADDADS from. Mm-hmm. So Mad Dads is a faith-based peace organization, and I can quote the documentary that I did at the time because I have it memorized up here, but it's a faith-based peace organization to get males, dads, of any color, any minority group or what have you, off the streets, perhaps potentially into a faith-based, a closer relationship with God, exactly. A closer relationship with your kids, a closer relationship with the community in a positive format, and giving them like hope, encouragement, stability programs at the and then this Mad Dads was it's a nonprofit organization. These people are paid based off of what they are funded. You know what I'm saying? So Minneapolis has the 9th chapter of Mad Dads because there's so many in the country. And this was a documentary of that organization and what it was about. Why I'm giving you the details of what the organization was about, because that's what the short documentary film I made that was about them. So I enjoyed doing that, and that was something I did on my own, man, where kind of like media and film was kind of like not like kind of fading in a way, because at this time I'm a dad now. I had my first son, so I started having to get into fatherhood, and my passion for that was like, damn, do I do my films and do that, or do I just get a job, make the for sure money, change, and come home and provide for my my son, which obviously I was going to do either way. But yeah, Mad Dads was one of those films where I had no more producers. It wasn't any airplay or much like that. It was just me, trying to balance my life now. You know what I'm saying?
Now one of the things too that I want to talk to you is like, now the industry's completely changed. With the TikToks, with the Reels, with Instagram, everything has been changed all over. Because back in the days we used to have the full films, like an hour and a half of film, like a freaking like a full movie.
Yeah, full film.
Now the new entertainment, it's small. It's fast. It's as fast as you can. Like less minutes, less seconds, the best.
It better be quick.
I know you are huge in TikTok too. I know, but what is the next step for Kris? I know you have a lot of talent. I know you have the experience that is completely crazy, because you even went to Minnesota School of Business too.
I did.
What I mean? And I know something like that I needed to say that to
Right on. Thank you. Yeah.
And that's amazing, that you really pursue constantly your passion.
Absolutely.
One of the things I want to say, like, what would you tell somebody that is young right now, that is in the 14, 15, that they really want to say, you know what, I believe the words that Kris is saying, I believe that I have the same passion. What would you tell, a kid right now? How do they start? What
Facts.
would you say? The
I
facts,
got you.
yes.
It all starts with like self belief and believing in manifestation. That'll be my word for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Manifestation. You look it up, you focus on it, you believe in it, you pray on it, you think about it, you walk in that line, right? And then the universe will guide you and put those certain things in place that you're looking to do. And what I realize is that that's what happened for me. If there's organizations in your community that are for youth that offer anything, it could start from shelter, food, and clothes, the basic things you need. Start there because you need that. Because when you're trying to live your life doing what you love and you ain't got those types of things, it's hard to stand up. You know what I'm saying? So you just you got to have a foundation and got to be rooted and grounded. So find something productive to do. Don't waste your youth time. The better things in life take like longer to get and it's harder to get to. The easy way out and the quick dopamine fixations are temporary, and you will never really get to that goal with those temporary sensations when you're really shooting for that longevity, so to speak.
Yes.
So that's what I would say to the young people, man. Listen, don't be a follower. Don't make your own decisions and judgments, and don't just follow any leaders. You know what I'm saying? You study that leader, see what they about, man, and have some morals and have some values.
And one of the things that I like from you, Kris, is that even though you're an Afro-American, Latino Afro-American, is that right? That's what you call it.
Yeah.
You still went and battled your ground to the end. Because you went in an industry that is so selective. You know what I mean? And you being in the Emmy Awards, and all these events, it's huge. It's huge for you that you really decide to, you know what? I don't care about my things. I'm just gonna go do it, and I'm gonna give my best. Is that right?
Yeah, man. It's a sensitive thing, man. I'm feeling passionate about this conversation, and it took a lot to do what you enjoy doing, but it was easy because it's what kept me feeling good. It's what kept me happy, calm, cool. It made me feel alive. Keep you out of trouble. The top number one thing, man. Something to do that was fun, man. So yeah, man. It's great, man. Find something that you really enjoy doing that makes a positive difference for yourself first, and if it impacts other people too, then great.
Do you believe that part of these events that you went through, like the high school, the after school programs and all the stuff, will help you with especially now that we're living with this huge sickness of mental health? Do you think that would be a huge for the mental health?
Absolutely, man.
Because I think these kids now, not just these kids, man, us as an adult, we are so stressed for so many shit, the bills, family, kids, work and everything.
Holidays.
Holidays, yes. Do you think these after school programs will help us as far as the
Absolutely.
kids, learn how to explore the options?
Man, after school programs, come from like funding and people putting money into those areas, because other than that, they're just corporations, right? So you don't get that type of support from corporations. You get that from nonprofit organizations, which is community-based, funded by like McKnight Foundation and other big names like that. So yeah, man, funding is important. After school programs, man, did a lot for me growing up, man. That's where the youth brain cells is growing, developing, and the engine is going and turning, man. And that's when they have a lot of questions. So they're out there seeking answers from people, and we want to kind of guide those avenues, man. So it's definitely important to have not after school programs in every community, everywhere where there's young people. Even for us adults, man, we need people to talk to too.
Oh man, I do 100%. I mean, when I come to the radio here, this is my home, man. I'm telling you right now, and I can talk to like I say, like you said earlier, I said to you, guys, you cannot miss a set show. I'm telling you, they went an hour before me. I'm telling you, an awesome show too, an amazing guy too, and I talked to the whole group here too, and Latin Evolution Radio, and it's home, man. It's like feel home. You can talk different topics, and we're trying to encourage everybody out there. You have to talk to somebody. If you're going through the mental health issues, you have to talk to somebody. I'm telling you, there's people ready to help you. There's people ready to to talk to you, to encourage you to move forward.
This is true.
Don't take the wrong steps. I'm telling you, there's a lot of help out there. If you're going through some hard times, if you're going through a lot of stress, there's so many people that are there to help you. Is that right, Kris?
Yes, that's true, JC. This right here, right now, this is therapeutic for me. Let me tell you, I got emotional. I don't know if everybody could see us, but I was like, wait, don't, because if I start crying, then my words would have been like, and I didn't want to do that, So I was like, get it together.
And when I told you that we were going to go deep, I wanted to go deep because I want to make sure, we tell people how it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like people, when everybody talk to me, people send a lot of messages, stuff like that. Like yesterday, two people sent me 2 texts and said, thank you for all you doing and everything for the different things that I do. And it's like, you're always happy, you're always smiling. And I had to tell them, you know what? I do have a smile on myself from the inside, even though I got a lot of issues, a lot of problems. But you know what I mean? Like, it's the spirit, it's the spirit of gratitude, it's the spirit of saying, you know what? Like, I'm alive today, you know what I mean? And I want to give back because a lot of people bless me all the time. I'm blessed all the time for so many people.
That's how you get it, too.
And I want to get it back. I want to give back because I do receive blessings, you know what I mean? My work, my family, my kids, everything that I receive, my friends, it's a blessing, and I do like to give back. And that's why we have this show, to talk to the community, to talk to so many people who's going through some hard times. And you can have everything in the world. You can be extremely rich and you still can be broke inside. Yeah. You can be extremely poor and you still can be broke. And something that that's when you talk about your topics, about like, how you came from, what the divorced parents, is that right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's hard times. You came from hard times. You still find a program who say, you know what? Let me give you an opportunity and let's travel. You know what I mean? Look yourself right now. You can see, wow. I mean, I really had the experience and I really have a good trip, a good journey, and I'm going to continue moving forward.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Kris, I want to tell you something right now. I want to ask you, so what is next for Kris? You know what I mean? I know you're big at TikTok. I know you do some Instagram stuff, Facebook and stuff like that. What's going on now? What is the plans that you're looking?
I'm busting a little bit.
I know you trying to get connected with a lot of people now to do some new stuff, new documentaries. Mm-hmm. What documentary are you thinking about doing? Anything that comes to your mind? I know you have a lot of things that you're working right now. I know you're working with a lot of things right now. Mm-hmm. But just give us a little secret that you're working right now. A few ideas that you're working.
Let's just say this. Y'all, you guys get with me now. I'm busting on TikTok. So what I'm doing now is that I just want to be influential. I want to be a leader, and I want to do the things that was done for me from when I was a young person. So, my passion would be for the young people coming up. And even though I still feel like it's my time, I'm going to use my time, and I'm going to do it for me. But the thing I'm going to do with my time is I'm going to give back to the young people what I had. I'm going to be that nonprofit organization. I'm gonna be that community program for people that want to produce films. If y'all out there want to produce films,
you're a music producer, you're a rapper too. I know you rap. I know you do.
One of the first things I was doing.
You know what I mean? I know you do a lot of things. Not just filming too.
Yep. I love to sing.
And comedy too.
I do comedy. I love to sing. I love to write. So when you take writing, you can put it in whatever genre you want. You can say, okay, you want to write music. You want to write plays. You want to write.
So in other words, you're like Lionel Richie.
Close, not as good,
I love Lionel Richie, man. That guy with the Commodores, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, with the Jerry Curl.
We have the world, we have the world. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. This is cool. So exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That was huge back in the days. Man.
It was. We had to sing that in school. I remember third grade. I had to sing that, man. But I just want to get back to people, man. And I always want to be influential. I just want to be a leader, producing films and documentaries. I'm willing to work with people out there. I'm willing to, advise, whatever it is, man. Let me be your big brother. That's what I want to do.
And so how can we connect with you, Kris? That's something that I want people to understand. You know what I mean? Like right now, there's so much need out there. How can we connect with you with social media? How can we find you?
I'm accessible. I'm here on this show right now, Latin Evolution Radio. And if y'all ain't got that app, you need to download it now. We was talking about this on my way up here.
Oh my gosh, exactly, brother.
Yep. So y'all make sure y'all download that app. Yep. Download that app, y'all, and you can reach me. My alias, my entertainment name is Shakeademic.
Okay.
I'm on almost any platform that's popping. So, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
You're pretty big in TikTok too right now.
Pretty big in TikTok right now. And that's not even by my choice, man. The people are selecting it. They're the one doing the shares and the follows. So I appreciate all of y'all out there for, supporting your boy, man. I'm still living my dream, and I ain't never giving up, man. I'm doing my thing, and now I just want to be able to make sure I'm giving back. Just like you're giving back, man, and we just need to keep that going.
I love that. I love that. You want to get a shout out to anybody, man? That you have somebody in your mind right now.
I want to shout out my mom. There's a lot of people that I could shout out, but let me tell you the credit that she don't get. I just appreciate her working hard till this day, and she been in work mode so much. All her damn kids is gone, and she's still going. Like, Mom, it's okay now. You can relax. And I just want to make sure that I do something, the greatest that I could do for the time that she spent giving herself to me, you know. And I'm a grown ass man, and I can call my mama to this day, and if I need something, she got me. And that's a beautiful feeling. Everybody ain't got that, you know what I'm saying, for certain circumstances. So if you do, you know, be thankful for that, man, and make sure people know that you love them and you appreciate them.
And we're gonna give a shout out to your boy. He's here too in our studio.
Man, I got my son in here, man.
What's his name too?
I got my son Samir in here. I
want to say some thumbs up to Samir too, who's been crazy filming here too. You know, thank you, Samir. I appreciate that, man. I'm telling you, we have a full, you know, filming crew here too. You know, with Samir here, you know, give us that. You know what I mean? And all you boys too, and they're home too. You know what I mean? We're gonna, man. I'm telling you right now, it's been a crazy show. You know what I mean? Thank you for coming to Latin Evolution Radio, man. I'm telling you, man, it's been a blessing to have you here, guys. Don't forget to download the Latin Evolution Radio. Don't forget to follow the legend, guys. The legend.
Don't forget
Kris Johnson, guys. You know what I mean? Chakademic right here in town. You know what I mean? This guy is gonna break records. I'm telling you right now, if you need to get connected with the filming industry, you have to connect with this guy. He's gonna give you some good advice. You know what I mean? How to, you know, the first step that you have to take. You know what I mean? Get connected with the right people. That's something that I always encourage everybody. Connect with the right people. Listen, you cannot be a lone ranger out there. You need to have a freaking network. Let me tell you, this is the way that we build things, with network. You know what I mean? Because maybe you don't have a camera, but your body have a camera, but you have the attitude to talk in the microphone. Maybe you have the microphone. And when you get together, you have a full team of people working with you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it's all about getting together with the right people. Building relationships. Something is really important. Is that right?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Business. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It's been crazy. Next week we're gonna have some special guests. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have some bankers with me right now for next week.
Yeah,
I tell you, it's gonna be awesome. Tell you how to invest your money. You know what I mean? How to put the money in the right path. In the right path. You know what I mean? And how to, you know, create more opportunities for everybody. So, guys, stay tuned. Guys, you know, this is Chakademic right now. We're here right now. Kris Johnson, and this is Latin Evolution Radio. Thank you guys for tuning in. You know what I mean? Take care. You can see the camera on the top of it. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Salute.
And this is Latin Evolution Radio. See you next week. Take care, guys.